Hello, good morning. This is Nas from NB Network Lessons. Hope everyone's doing okay and in high spirits. Thank you so much for joining. This is physics lesson number 10, and in this lesson I'm going to demonstrate how do we multiply a scalar by a vector. Scalar again is just a magnitude. Vector has direction also. It has magnitude as well as direction also. But how do we represent them? How do we multiply them and show them in graphical form? That is the question. And that is in your Physics 1 course also. And I believe you have a test question also on that. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Let's say we have three vectors, okay? I say this right here is F1 vector, okay? All right, and the magnitude of that is half. It could be half meter, half inch, whatever. The length of this right here is half. Then we have another vector, which is like this, okay? And we call this F2. And the length of this vector is, let's say, 2 meters, okay? So far, so good. All right. Then I have another vector, which is like this. All right. I call this F3, and the length of this is gonna be 3. All right. So now we would like to see if we can add them. Well, let's go ahead and get started. We say half F1, no rocket science over here, plus this is going 2F2, no rocket science over here. Now this one right here has a direction which is opposing these. It's coming in the reverse direction. So I got to put minus sign here. So I have to have minus 3F3. Now the problem is when I draw this graph, okay, on the board, this negative 3F3 is going to mess up the orientation of the graph. So I need a plus over here. How can I get a plus over here? Well, what we can do is we can say, we can reverse, we can say, represent this graph like this and put a minus right here. So that will take care of everything. Then in that case, what I can do is I can write this thing again. I can say half F1 vector plus 2F2 vector plus minus 3F3 vector, right? All I did was that basically reversed the direction of this, okay? So I can represent that in form of a graph. Now let's see if we can represent that in form of graph. Let's say we start with half F1, all right? Then we have 2F2 vertical, all right? Sorry, this is horizontal. So I'm gonna start with this right here. This is half F1. And then I have 2F2, which is going vertical. So I go up. All right, so that's 2F2 vector. All right, this one right here, let me make it clear. This is half F1 vector. Now, we change this to plus. All right, we change this to plus, but we reverse the direction. So what we do is that then this vector right here, I'm going to represent this, is going to be like this, going up, and this is minus 3F3 vector. All right, so this is basically graphical representation of addition of these three vectors. Now let me ask you this, what would be the resultant vector? Can you have any guesses? So if you recall, the resultant in form of graphical, the way we find out is we connect the head of the last vector to the tail of the first one. So let me go ahead and see if I can draw that in red. Hopefully I'll do a good job. Okay, I think I did good job. So this is my F resultant vector, all right? And the direction is this right here. So my friends, that is the graphical representation of multiplying a scalar by a vector and then basically adding them up. Thank you so much for watching. If you like the contents, please go ahead and give me a like. And again, if you want to stimulate your brain, if you want to excite your brain, just get into a habit of learning anything in science. Thank you so much. Take care of yourself.